Hey guys, it's JackSparrow123, and welcome to the finale of the main story of Monster Hunter World's main story. Well, I meet you guys here in the private suit in order to show you something. It's a book over here. It's called The Tale of the Five. Once there was a world without time. The world was nothing but white light, inhabited only by people and 5 dragons. In that world there was only eternity, and a sun that burned without beginning or end. And because there was only timeless eternity, nothing was ever lost, yet nothing was ever gained. One day the people began to wonder why their world had no beginning or end, so they asked the dragons. The dragons opened their mouths as if to answer, but their mouths poured water instead of words. It rushed out into streams to create the sky and the oceans, and the dragons swam away. The dragons swam to the center of the ocean, and there they began to transform into an island. One dragon sank into the sea and became the land. One dragon lifted its gaze to the sky and became the mountains. One dragon stood low and became the lakes and scattered its scales to create the rain. One dragon fell into the deep slumber and became the forests. The last dragon climbed far into the sky to become a star of sapphire blue, shining brightly above the land. The people could not understand why the dragons had left, or why they had transformed. Eventually, a lone youth decided to go to the island to seek the answer from the dragons themselves. He donned a simple cloak, climbed into a simple boat, and cast off alone into the murky seas. At last, guided by the light of the sapphire star, he reached the island of the 5. Some time passed and the youth returned. "Did you speak with the dragons?" the people asked. "Yes, I spoke with them," he said. "Then tell us, why did they create the island?" But the youth did not answer. Instead, he reached into his cloak and pulled out 5 dragon scales, which he gave to the people. And then, before anyone realized, the youth disappeared. The people left their white world and sailed across the ocean. Using the 5 scales, they created their own lands, their own mountains, their own lakes, and their own forests. Last of all, they created a bright moon so that the sapphire star which had guided the youth during his voyage to seek the dragons would no longer shine alone in the sky. The land grew large enough to obscure the sun, and day and night were born. The mountains, lakes, and forests breathed together, and the seasons were born. The moon cast its light on the ocean, and the waves were born. And thus time was also born. Swept up in the almighty current of time, the people came to know death, but the people also came to know life. Countless days and countless nights had passed since people first came to live on the lands they had created. As time passed, they lost their memories of the 5 dragons, and even the memory of how time itself had been born. But deep in their hearts there dwelt a quiet knowledge of the island of the 5, the most sacred place in the world, which is to this day sleeps in the middle of the ocean, uninhabited by people, unchanged even by the relentless flow of time. So that was the story of the 5s. Now why read that today? Well, the monster we are about to fight isn't unrelated to that. Actually, it is theorized that something important is up with that dragon. But before that, the housekeeper wants to talk to us. "Meowster, I hear you finished converting the research base into an airship. I think this calls for a reward. From now on, I will help you dispatch your tail raiders. Just select Tail Raider Safari from the menu. I hope they can help you, Meowster." Okay, so if we come to Tail Raiders, we can now collect our things. We didn't get what we wanted from the Legiana, but we still got freezer sacks, which can be useful. We can also send the tail raiders from here. Sadly, we don't have the really cute cat animation. But we do want some things. Why don't we send them off after these Anjanaths? You'll find out why when we get to our next weapon usage. Anyways, so let's head over to the handler and find out what's going on.
Hey partner, are you sure you want to go on that quest from the Admiral?
Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so before that, I just want to quickly equip our ammo for today, because this is going to be a very difficult fight. Now, if you remember, I always select those poison smokes, but I never actually get around to using them. Why that is, I don't know. I just completely forget that I equip these things. Now, just to be safe, we'll get one of those. How about some large barrel bombs, some mega bounce bombs, which we will use quite a bit. Some smoke bombs, just to be safe. Flashbugs are useless. We'll take some mite seeds. Actually, we don't want mite seeds. We want to craft something. We want to craft these. I cannot craft the other thing. Okay, well, hopefully we can make an ancient potion. No, we cannot. But we can make a hard shell powder. That's better than nothing. It's better than a flat adamant seed. It doesn't last as long, but it's better than nothing. We could also get some dragon ammo, which we cannot use, like we learned last time. Okay. So we want to take the armor shell and that demon drug I just made. And why not take yeah, just some basic stuff. Some more null berries. We don't have to worry about how full our inventory is because of the place we're heading to. Now that we've done all that, we're going to eat our meal, then speak to the handler. We're going to Chef's Choice because I'm still going to explain the food in tomorrow's video. I was going to do it today, but this is kind of a special episode. So, Pard, are you really going to this place that Admiral mentioned, where all the energy has gathered? I'm not going to try and stop you, but my gut tells me that something's going to go wrong. And when my gut starts talking, you know I start listening. Well, I wonder why. Who keeps causing all the problems on our expeditions? That's right, I am. I am the one who causes mischief. Anyways, so the land of convergence. This quest. An immersive energy flows through the new world, and we've found where it all leads to go. Go with the Seeker and find out what's there. May the Sapphire Star guide us all. And now all those sayings of the Sapphire Star guiding us makes a lot more sense. It's a religion. And I think I already mentioned that before in the past. But it's actually Monster Hunter's own, like, creation of the world story. And why everything is the way it is. Which I absolutely love. Now, with that being said, our character does gain a title later in this series. That will be a little weird. But here we are. This map is really weird.
The Admiral told us about.
So, you made it.
Admiral! Whoa! The Seeker is here too!
Let's talk to Admiral Chad over here.
Yeah.
Ha! You made it. On time, too. I like that. The guy over there is the one who called you here. I hear you crossed paths before. According to him, there's a place upriver where all the energy converges. So, that means it's time. When you're ready, hop on the boat over there. But remember, once you do, there's no turning back. If you're not ready, then you can step away now, and no one will judge you. So what do you say? Are you ready? I see. Just as I thought. That's the way of the New World Hunter. And I'm leaving. He said it's an option, right? So I'm free to go. See ya. Nah, we can't actually leave. Unless we come over here and just do, you know, return from quest. But that's no fun. Let's explore this place and see what's going on. Hello, Seeker.
Greetings.
We meet again. Since we last met, I have followed the trail of evidence and arrived here. And so, it appears, have you. I take it you've seen the Elder Dragon's graveyard? I have discovered that an abnormal amount of energy was flowing through the veins beneath the veil and coursing through the whole continent. When we last spoke, I was still investigating the cause, but now I have located a place where all the energy seems to be gathering. It's at the end of this river. I intend to go there and see this place. This is the end of everything. Together, let us find our ending. I will wait for you here until you know you are ready. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty much ready.
Now then.
Upriver is a place where all the energy is gathering. I do not know why or what we might expect to find, but I believe we are meant to go. Are you prepared? Heck yeah!
It begins.
Then let us flow what faint lights there is, and let us follow what faint light there is, and see where the river takes us. So our Magdaros crossed the dark sea, and now this will be our crossing.
You're really doing this?
We shall return. Fear not.
How did you even find this damn place, anyway?
We have Zora Magdaros to thank for clearing the way. Upon dying, the Elder Dragons dissolve in the effluvium, and the energy that accumulates in the veins of the earth then crystallizes.
And over time, that grew into this recess?
Yes. However, in more recent years, I have sensed a drastic surge in the land's energies.
I don't like the sound of this.
Prepare yourself, my friend. Something is terribly amiss. It's inside.
Great mother of... Damn.
Over countless years, the Elders' bioenergy created this. Even I never expected it to be so enormous. Wait. It's too pure. What is this thing, really?
No! back to safety while you keep our new friend here at bay. Don't let it leave the nest. And I mean do not. I'll be back with help. Just do what you gotta do.
Oh no! This is awful!
This is a big deal, Hunt.
Go, 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 go!
This is monster question mark. He is a very unique monster and he really doesn't like pierce ammo. So that's what we're going to be using for the most part. Ow. Watch out for his footsteps. They really knock you around. Anyways, I'm going to let other Jack explain the fight for the most part. Wish you good luck, Battle Junkie Jack. Hey guys, we're going to have a bit of a quick talk before we talk about the monster. I'm splitting this video into two parts. I believe they will either be uploaded in the same day or in separate days. I do not know how I'm going to do it yet, but I believe that's how I'll do it. Upload the first video, and then 1 hour later, the next video will come up, if I can manage that. Anyways, so that's just what I quickly wanted to say. The first part is going to be the monster fight. The next part is going to be the end credits, dialogue, everything like that. Anyways, so this is Xeno'Jiiva, the big bad monster who's been plaguing us throughout the story. His habitat is a confluence of fate. I don't really know if I pronounced that correctly, but that's the little map we're on. There's not much about the map, just a pretty place full of energy. You know, where all the Elder Dragons that died connect their energy streams together. And you know what they say in Ghostbusters? Don't cross the streams! Because a baby dragon will be born, and he'll be a problem. And yes, Xeno'Jiiva is in fact a baby. That was an egg he hatched from. He's still a little wee lad, a little tiny baby. And he evolves incredibly quickly during the fight, turning into more attack patterns, learning his skills. He is an incredibly large monster at 4,509 centimeters. His monster class is Elder Dragon, and he has no turf wars. He was introduced in Monster Hunter World, and his elemental weakness is every element in the game. Only during his critical state though, which is where his body's glowing red and he can erupt in large amounts of energy. If he's not in critical state, then he will have 2-star to all elements. Also, each element affects a different part of his body. I do not remember the things right now. All I know is that if you're shooting his head, you'll be fine with every element. And same with his arms and tail. So you can do that. Now, his elemental resistance does not exist since he can deal, or he gets hurt by everything. His ailments he can cause are Dragon Blight, Fire Blight, and Stun. His elemental weakness is, or his ailment weakness is Poison. He is immune to sleep, however, so don't try to put the big baby to sleep. He'll just be a little more aggressive. His behavior is aggressive, and his title is a Dark Light Dragon. His weak points to attack are his head, front claws, which are 2-star the blunt weapons and sword, and 1-star the ranged weapons. Sadly, we end up shooting this throughout most of the end part of the fight. And his tail. His breakable parts are his head, front claws, wings, and his tail is severable. Damage type he can deal is heat damage, just like inside of the Elder's Recess. Physical damage, dragon damage, and death, meaning he can one-shot you. If you exceed a certain armor cap, then he will not one-shot you, or if you're putting up a shield or something. I believe this armor cap is 250 defense, will prevent him from one-shotting you with his big attack. Don't quote me on that, I could be mistaken, and 200 HP could be all you need. Anyways, he is, well, some notes about him is when Xeno is in range, he will do a stomping attack that is lethal when hit by, due to the explosion that will be caused. If you can dodge it, it is an opportunity to deal damage to his front legs and head. So if you're a melee fighter and you see him rear back on his hind legs to do a little ground stomp, you should back up and then go back in. Xeno has 3 different breath attacks, which isn't fully correct. There are technically 4, which is just a singular beam attack. But these are the 3 main ones that are a problem. First is a short burst fire that is in middle, then right, then left, just like Rathalos. If you know Rathalos' pattern, you know this pattern. Now, as the fight goes on and the less HP he has, the faster this will go, till the point where it's boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, be careful with that. His second is a beam that sweeps in front of him, much like Val Hasak's. And now you know how bad we had it with Val Hasak. You should either run from it and get behind its head by running towards him. Don't run away. The beam travels faster the further away it is. The reason why it's like that is just if you think about the geometry. Technically, it's not faster. It's faster at up close. But you won't be able to get away if you're far back. Because if you're running, you know, like that, just picture it in your head. The beam comes from the left and is sweeping across, and it touches the very far end of the map. You just see it sweep towards you. You're running at the far end of the beam. You keep going to the side. You either have to get past where his head can turn, or you get hit by the beam and have to roll through it. If you are up close to his head, or if you're running towards his head, the beam may start being quicker because you're closer to it, but you have a more likely chance of getting behind that head to get free attacks off. I do end up doing both methods during this hunt. Actually, I do all 3 methods. I run from it, I roll it, and I attack the head. The roll one is because I had to run from it. So, yeah. Third is a straight line beam that will deal the most damage, meaning this is a one-shot attack. But will give you the opportunity to deal damage to all parts of his body if you so wish and you're up close to him. I found this one to be pretty easy to deal with. The only downside to it is after this breath is done, he will leave like little fire pots on the ground that will deal damage to you over time if you step on it. And it will also give you Fire Blight. The first area you fight Xeno has crystal formations on the walls that can be shot down to provide slinger pots and deal heavy damage to Xeno if you hit him. Hitting him with all 3 will cause Xeno to go to phase 2 almost every time, meaning you might have to do a little extra damage after them. But if you fight properly, you will probably only get 2 of them off before he goes, honestly. That's how it went for me, at least. Granted, I kind of toyed around with him and was testing out ammos. It is best to knock Xeno out of the air when he is flying. If he is allowed to fly, he will do breath attacks and do a dive bomb attacks. That is very difficult to dodge. And when I say very difficult, I was more or less thinking of like Nergigante type stuff. But the only one you gotta look out for is his dive bomb, which is pretty easy to dodge if you roll towards where he is coming from. Because unlike Nergigante's, if he flies over you, you don't take the damage. Much like Nergigante it is a very powerful attack. Now, something I noticed about Xeno'Jiiva is he is very much like all the Elder Dragons combined together. He has a sweeping attack like Val Hasak and AoE attacks like Val Hasak. He has a supernova like Teostra. He has a bit of a crowd control like, what's his name? Kushala Deora. In the sense that he'll leave fire places. And if you step on the fire, you're like, no, I hurt. He has flying dive bomb attacks that are brute force like Nergigante. So if you know how to deal with all of the Elder Dragons we fought, you know how to deal with him. Anyways, Xeno is resistant to flash pots, making them unreliable in the hunt. Personally, I just consider it flash pots are negated. He can't be affected by flash pots. That is also true in the hunt. I don't know why I worded it like that. Anyways, Xeno, much like Zora Magdaros, cannot be mounted. Granted, on Zora Magdaros, we technically do mount him, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the in-game mount mechanic, where you're smacking the monster trying to knock it down. You can't do that against Xeno. But Dual Blades do have an easy time dealing massive damage to him if you are allowed to do your Blade attack. Xeno also hits a mode called Critical Element, where his chest glows red and his attacks become far more fierce. In this mode, he becomes 3-star to all elements instead of 2-star. We already talked about this. Using Heat Guard or Fireproof Mantle will allow the hunter to ignore the fire damage after Xenos attacks. This is very useful for the hunt. You don't have to worry about fire blight, and you just get to walk around everywhere you want. Personally though, you can just roll through the fire. And that's what I do. Xeno in Greek means alien, and Jiva in Jainism means living with which survives physical death. People think this means that Xeno'Jiiva is immortal and keeps coming back in the hunts. Or keeps, like, resurrecting. However, I believe this is just a game design, since all other monsters that are supposedly immortal, I'm doing quotation marks, don't really come back. They're just one-time hunt. You kill it, it's gone. It's dead. You killed that thing. It's not coming back to life. The monsters that are like this, we will see later, but I will say it for now. Behemoth and Leshen. If you do not want to know it, I am sorry. Now, something interesting is the wiki states that the Sapphire Star was what Xeno'Jiiva arrived from, like a meteor falling. But the Sapphire Star in this story, Tales of the Five, never fell from the sky. Now, it is thought that Xeno'Jiiva is that same monster that was from that tale. However, that also isn't true, since the monster from that tale was intelligent enough to speak to people and didn't want anything to do with anyone. So, yeah. Sorry, Wiki. You don't really know what's going on here. Now, it is nice to theorize that, you know. A nice little homage. Anyways, so that's going to be our explanation for Zoramagdros. Yeah, Zoramagdros. Yeah, that's the monster we're talking about. Nah, Xeno'Jiiva. I do hope that I am able to upload the things the way I want. And I'll see you guys when we take on the next monster. Bye! Down you come. Thank you, Palico. Or Captain Twinkles. That one behind. This one's coming in front. Down you come. 1, 2. I can go for 3, you know. Timber! I wasted that. Big time. Uh-oh. Don't do it! Okay, we're good. I thought it was going to step on me there, and I would have taken the full brunt of the damage. Uh-oh. If he chose to blow up with his tail, I would have taken heavy damage there. Uh-oh. I'm saving the slinger pod to try and knock him down from the sky when he goes back up again. Honestly, dual blades is probably the best weapon for this guy. Since he's so large, if you get your blade attack off or your roly-poly-oly attack, then you'll deal a lot of damage. Shotgun. Okay. Oh, jeez. I was hoping I wasn't in the zone of that. Oh well, it's fine. We've got mega potions for a reason. My Palico's placing those around, so I can always just use one of those when it comes down to it. I panic rolled there. Not smart. Oh wait, actually, if I shoot at the tip of the tail, he'll take the most damage. Right there is where we want to hit. See? 6 damage per shot. Hi! Spread ammo is definitely our strongest ammo we've got. It's just our most risky ammo as well. But that's kind of why I made our build focused on spread ammo. Maybe you guys haven't noticed that yet, but my build is designed to use spread ammo. And this gun is best for spread ammo. Palico Slinger Fire, ready and fire! That's our Palico going into ranged attack mode. That could have been bad. He's not using his one bomb attack. We got lucky there. The downside to using triple shot ammo is you have to wait for the shots to go through before you can do your dodge. So you gotta pick your shots with timing. Not quite heading towards the part where the body's attacking, but it didn't turn out too bad there, so I guess it's fine. Uh-oh. That wasn't the attack I thought it was. He's changing up his attack style because he adapts as you fight him. He's going to be our longest fight, so I might speed up the video at some points. I probably already said that. Uh-oh. I was hoping to stun him there. He didn't really want to get stunned, so, you know, we took damage. A lot of it. We might as well double heal just to be safe. Don't want any deaths on the final guy, you know? Oh, this is a sweeping attack. You want to come under his body when he uses it. And then you want to get out from under his body, because he can do a... Oh, he didn't do it. Either way. He can do this one attack that's a pretty big pain. This is his sweeping. Ow. Pretty good opportunity to get a lot of damage off. He's really weak. If we plant them down by his feet, he will eventually step on them. Unless he does this, in which case he won't really step. He's in critical element. That's why you don't want to stand close to critical element. We didn't get affected by it, but we could have. We were more than close enough to. Ow. Well, it's better to be hit by that than to be hit by the explosion. Just go and run. Now, if I had my thunder element equipped, I could use that against him right now. It takes 2 staggers in order to knock him out of the air. We're just going to run around and look for our other slinger pod. He struggles to hit moving targets, so if you just keep moving, you'll be fine. Just be sure you have enough stamina to roll when the time calls for it. See? 2 staggers and he's down. Yep, and kaboom. He is a ridiculously cool monster, though. Kaboom. Hey, bring your tail down a bit. Thank you. Uh-oh. Wrong way. And we got 2 slinger pods, so once he does that, we're going to shoot. Never mind. We're going to miss. Hey, we got lucky and got the one-shot fall. We got unlucky there, though, and he kind of, you know, made us go through fire. Okay, yeah, he's almost dead. Ha! That was close. Slinger bombs. Eat that. Ha! Slinger bombs are really strong against him, as you just saw. Uh-oh. He gets a lot faster and he does a lot more damage as the fight goes on. Dragon pods are pretty cool, especially when he's in critical element. Just like this. 2, 3, 4. And we're good. 1, 2, 3. Down he comes. So the second one didn't stagger him because we tried to stagger him too close. Or too quickly, I should say. Uh-oh. This one isn't too bad. So long as you stay close to his body to some extent, you won't get harmed by it. Just be careful. He will always get himself stuck afterwards if you don't interrupt him or anything. And we're going roll because we want to get rid of this fire. We're kind of running low on max HP potions. Let's equip the demon drug. And hard shell powder. This means we'll do even more damage if I actually reloaded my weaponry. And we're tankier. That attack. Hopefully this doesn't take as long as in the last monster. We would do a total of more damage with our spread ammo 1. As you see, 6. And we also reload quicker, so it's a better attack for us to use. I thought his tail was going to sit down a little longer. He kind of mixes in everything from all the Elder Dragons we've fought. Now the big question is, can we get him to kill himself off our bombs? Let's see. He's just about there anyways. So, one step forward. Uh-oh. Let's go back over to our Mega Potion and heal up real quick. And bop bop bop. He stepped over us. Why would... Like, it's not like he meant to step over us, but he still did. Well, the only good place to shoot from here is his arm. We got lucky there. We got damage reduction. So, bounce bombs go towards a monster. Sometimes they miss, like that one. But usually they're reliable. Maybe not that one. Or that one. I'm trying to show off the bounce bombs. Sit still for me, please. We're out of bounce bombs. Okay, well. Have this. And maybe one here, you know. You never know. Barrel bomb might come in handy. Let's drink. Oh, we got healed. I forgot our cat did that. Uh-oh. Good thing that wasn't the sweeping tail attack. I really want to kill him with these. I find it funny when they step and it's their death. But I don't think that's in the cards for us today. Get me out of the fire. Come on. Come on. Not cool. That's going to be bad. You can tell when it's going to explode under your feet when it's like glows. But that's him. Monster complete.
You okay?
I love how his glows start to slowly dissipate on his body as he dies. That was a bit of a creepy look at him. No, we can't actually die, but I like being safer than sorry. His body's kind of spazzing out, so please bear with me. I know I did say his name during the hunt when he's technically question mark right now, but you know, new monster, everything, but he's not really that new. He's well known in at least the Monster Hunter community. That's really weird looking. We didn't get what we really wanted, but look at that tongue. And in we go. He's a huge monster, by the way. Biggest thing we've seen so far besides Sora. Sadly, I didn't kill it with my bomb trap, but that would have been hilarious if I did.